Alright, today let's take a look at the best loadout or loadouts for the combat knife. This is one I've become really accustomed to. If you watched my previous Call of Duty video for the kill montage and the ending of it where it was just knife hell, and that was all I did for an entire game. I've been doing pretty well with it actually. I just had a game where I went 15 and 7, knife only the entire game, and I was in the top 3 people. My team won. So this is obviously doing something right. So we're going to jump in, we're going to take a look at it and see exactly which loadouts I use, and hopefully it'll help some other people, not that they're going against me, God forbid. I'd hate to run into myself in mid-game. But anyway, well, let's start out with the specialists. The one I tend to use the most is Spectre with active camo. Now this really isn't designed to speed. This is designed as, a quick breather moment, or if you know there's a group of enemies coming, you can pop the active camo, get the first kill, nobody even knows you're there, and that gives you time to get the other kills. The other one is the very first one, Ruin. If you pop overdrive on him, you're going to have periodic boosts of increased speed, and I mean just massive speed, but you have to time it properly to make it work. You can't just hit the boost and hope to God you're going to run into somebody. It doesn't really work. I don't do as well with Ruin. I tend to stick with Spectre a little bit more than Rune, because I tend to do better with him for some reason. So you've got Spectre with active camo or Ruin with the speed boost. From there, we're going to jump into the create a class. The sniper is the one that I have set up primarily for knifing. You can see on the primary I used the P06, which is the charge burst sniper rifle. Recon, that way I've got a shorter range to it, and I don't have to, look down the scope and see all the way across the map all the time. It's got short, medium, and decent long range to it with the Recon. Fast mags and FMJ, that way I've got max damage on this thing. That's when I absolutely have to put the combat knife down and actually, shoot somebody with a bullet. And then of course there is the combat knife. You're not going to get any combat knife kills without a combat knife. That's just, there. For the lethal, I go with either the combat axe or the trip mine. The trip mine is good for covering your own butt. If you want to, get away from somebody, you can toss a trip mine on the wall or on the floor and just rush off. Try to kill somebody else that you know is going to be around the next corner while the person that's chasing you hits your trip mine and kills themselves. The combat axe is more for, there's somebody coming dead at me, there's no way I'm going to get there in time to hit them with my knife. You can use that combat axe for a little bit better range without actually having to have a gun. As far as the perks go, I use Ghost as my primary, that way I cannot be detected by UAVs while planting or defusing bombs or while controlling score streaks. This way you're moving around, they call out their UAVs, and you're still invisible. So you're free to run and use your knife without that UAV spotting you. Number 2, I go hardwired. That way I'm immune to counter UAV, so my map is always up. Power core, EMP grenade, smoke screen, won't trigger trip mines. You're completely safe here. You are free to continue running. You can just go through everything. You won't set off trip mines or shock charges. The C4 won't alarm, and it reduces the digital imprint against the enemy tracking and Sixth Sense perks. Makes you a lot harder to actually detect on the mini-map, and overall, it's just harder to find you. And then Blast Suppressor is my third one. That way I have no minimap signature when I'm thrust jumping, or and the thrust sound is suppressed. So with this loadout, you're seeing here exactly what I've been using. This is what I've been going with to get all my kills just running in circles around every map. And it really works well on certain maps and not so well on other ones that are more open. Try to use it more in ones that are confined to buildings and not ones that are going to be out in the open. Most of them do have buildings, yes, but there are some that are a lot more confined than others. And you're also going to find yourself doing a lot of wall running and wall bouncing. Now, yeah, that's an old term from like Gears of War when I used to play that, but in this game, it more refers to running down one wall and leaping off to a different wall. This way, it keeps the enemy from, running down the same wall as you and shooting you directly, because it is harder for them to aim while running down a wall. So if you're switching between walls, or even going from wall to ground and back to a wall, it's harder for them to aim and catch you. So the key to it is really just keep moving, never stay in one place any longer than you absolutely have to. Don't stand in the corner and wait for enemies to show up. You want to be out there on the move and just keep running through. I don't really remember the name of the maps that well. I haven't gotten that familiar with the names. I just know which ones I'm better on by the look of it. There are certain ones, though, to where you can just run down a hallway, through a door, up into a building, go down the staircase, around the corner, you're in the next building. Hopefully that's enough that some people actually know which map I'm talking about there. But yeah, this is the entire loadout. There's nothing, spectacular about it, but with this combination, it really does work. So, give it a shot. If you find any improvements to this, by all means, drop me a note in the comments and let me know. And hey, if this video helped you out, if you liked it, don't forget to like the video, let your friends know what you thought of it, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel at the end of the video. I'll be here next time. Will you?